Hello everyone, and welcome to the Influencer Barbie channel. We have Miss Barbie Roberts, and I am Barbie's assistant. My name is Beverly, and I am an adult Barbie enthusiast. Welcome to our Barbieverse. We create content for people who love all things Barbie as much as we do. Now, in a previous video, we looked at the Zuru MiniBrands book series 1, and today I have a few capsules from series 2, and I thought that we would take a look at what is different in series 2. And I'll put a link to our video for the series 1 capsule opening. So go ahead and open the first one. And I am using my tool here, but as a reminder to always have adult supervision if you are using sharp objects. Okay, let's see what we have here. And I thought let's take a look at our collector's guide first so we can see. I know there are a few things that I would really like to get. So we have a couple of legendary, iconic, luxury different items, and some new books. I think that we also have some duplicate books from the previous series. But what I'm interested in are some of these new extra items that come with this series. I'd really like to get that cat. That would be really nice for the Barbie house. And this lamp looks really nice as well. They have the same bookcase as series 1, but this series is sort of a blonde wood color to it rather than the white that we have in series 1. So let's go ahead and open these up. Got my scissors. Okay, let's take a look at this one first. I think this may be a bookcase. Yes, it is. So we'll put that together. Okay, so here is our first book, and it is Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. I'm a big fan of Jane Austen, so let me know in the comments if you have read any of the books that we open up today. Okay, and we get The Second Summer of a Sisterhood from one of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books. And I should have shown you these books. They'll have a title page, and our first page, I think we can actually read that, and then the subsequent pages, well, it looks like we may actually be able to read this. We'll have to get that one of the magnifying glasses to see. And we get a bookmark. This is from Dracula. get Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So a bit of a classic literature thing here with Dracula, Frankenstein, and Jane Austen. And in Series 1, I think that we got a magnifying glass with every single capsule. And so it looks like we're not getting that in this series. So if you have a bunch of magnifying glasses from this first series, then that may be a bit of a relief. And we're not getting a bookcase in every single capsule like we did in the first series as well. I think that we only get the bookcase some of the times, and we get the other items like the cat other times. Okay, so that seems to be everything in our first capsule. So we get another collector's guide, and we do not seem to have a bookcase in this one. So let's see what we did get. And Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights. Ooh. And so we got Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I think because this one is wrapped in gold that this is one of the special items. And for our bookmark we got the War of the Worlds. Alright, I'm liking the classic literature theme here. And hey, Roald Dahl counts as classic literature in my book. Yes, there we go. We got the golden ticket. Alrighty. Okay, and for this series we get a gold magnifying glass instead of silver like we did for the previous series. Let's see if we can actually read anything here. And I think, yes, I think this is actually legible if we, so that's pretty neat. Our previous series, we'll take a look at those and I'll show you the different books that we got for the first series. And you get The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So far we have gotten 4 classic literature and then 1 more contemporary. And then Roald Dahl, even though that's an older book, I would still consider that to be classic literature. And here is our last capsule. Another collector's guide. Okay, and so we get Nancy Drew, The Hidden Staircase. And this is a hardback book. Did you ever read Nancy Drew? I always enjoyed those when I was a kid. And another War of the Worlds bookmark. And did I cut this first one when I was opening the package, or are those 2 different kinds? Maybe I need to be a little bit more careful opening these bags. And we get The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Okay, this feels like this may be our little accessory item. And we get the teacup and saucer, so Barbie can enjoy a nice cup of tea while she is reading one of her new books. That'll be fun. And we get another Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This is the first in the series, and then this is the second because it's the second summer. Those were a fun series to read too. So I think that is all of our books here. So I'm going to put together our bookcase that we got in our first capsule, and I'm also going to bring out all of the books and bookcases and other things that we got in the first series capsules so that I can show them to all of you. So we'll be back in just a minute. And we're back. So I brought in one of the bookcases that I made from the Series 1 Zuru books. That series, the bookcases were white, and the second series is sort of a blonde wood color. I know that a lot of people complained that they were getting the bookcase in every single capsule, and since you would generally only get 3 books per capsule, then you didn't really need a new bookcase for that, but I actually wanted to get the bookcases so then I could stack them up and make what I'm planning to have be nightstands in Barbie's bedroom. And also if you wanted to just build bookcases and then display other items on it, then that was really handy. So I did look at our collector's guide, and here we go. So the Nancy Drew book, The Hidden Staircase, that is actually an iconic. So that's one of the rarer books. And then of course we got the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with the Golden Ticket. That one was considered luxury. And then we got our Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and The Secret Garden. Would have liked to have gotten Frankenstein. That one would have been fun. And Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility. There is a plain Charlie and the Chocolate Factory without the golden ticket. And I did pull out my collector's guide from the first series, and that same book is available in Series 1. I actually did not get it in Series 1. And then we have more Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books. And our Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Wuthering Heights, and Huckleberry Finn. I'd have liked to have gotten some more of these classic books. We might have to pick up some more capsules. And then of course we got the gold magnifying glass and the teacup. So I thought I would quickly show you some of the books that I got in the first series. I was really happy today that we didn't get any duplicates, especially since I only had the 3 capsules. So we did get Roald Dahl Matilda to go with our Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask, Bunnicula. I remember reading that when I was a kid, and that was a lot of fun. It seemed like Series 1 seems to focus more on books for younger kids. Stranger Things, Suspicious Minds. I know this season 5 of Stranger Things just came out on Netflix. And then this series 2 of the mini book seems to focus more on older kids and young adult novels. So that's fun. We have Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. These were all paperback books. And we did get a few hardback books. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. My kiddo loved those. And we have Black Beauty, more classic literature. And Library of Souls. And Dogman. And I also did get a few duplicates in our Series 1 capsules. And I did look at our second summer of the Sisterhood a little more closely. So you can read the title page and the first page with the prologue. And when I was able to get a closer look at the inside, even though these pages are readable, quote, quote, they would be not in actual English. If you're a fan of the Thursday Next series, she talks about her son being able to speak lorem ipsum. So if you know, you know. That is, I think, what is inside these books here. So they look like real words, but it's not actually the text from the books. But Barbie is still going to have a lot of fun reading her new books and maybe rereading some of her other books that we got in the first series. And I have actually read all of the books that we did get today. So let me know in the comments below if you have picked up any of the Zuru MiniBrands books Series 2 capsules, what books you got in your capsules, and which of these books have you actually read? So let us know below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to be part of our Barbieverse. And be sure to ring the notification bell. It really does help our channel to grow. And once we hit some subscriber milestones, we plan to have some fun giveaways. And if you would like a chance of getting a shout out in an upcoming video, just comment below with the hashtag InfluencerBarbie. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next episode here in our Barbieverse. Bye-bye!